Hello friends, welcome to today's design thinking class, and in this class we will see the introduction to design thinking from second unit. The second unit is actually design thinking. From this design thinking we are going to see the introduction, principles and process, benefits of design thinking and innovation, and then case studies. So these are the topics we'll cover under second unit. First let us see what is design thinking. Here design thinking is design methodology that provides a solution-based approach to solving problems. This is called as design thinking, and it is extremely useful in solving complex problems that are ill-defined or unknown. That is, to get the solution for unknown or ill-defined problem, the design thinking will get very much useful to get solutions. And by understanding those complicated problems, that needs involved by reframing the problem in human-centric way. If the problem is reframed based on human-centric way, then we can get the better solution. By creating many ideas in brainstorming session and by adopting hands-on approach in prototyping and testing, we will get solutions for those problems, that is those complicated problems. And there are 5 stages in design thinking process. Here, understanding the 5 stages of design thinking will empower anyone to apply the design thinking methods in order to solve the complicated problems that will occur around us, that may be in our enterprises or our real life, whatever it may be. And there are 5 stages in design thinking. Let us see all these things. First one is empathize, and second one is define, that is define the problem. Problem definition. Third one is ideate, that is idea generation. Fourth one is prototype. Then fifth one is test and introduction. Introduce product to market. So these are the 5 stages of design thinking. First one is empathize, and this is the first stage of design thinking process to gain empathic understanding of problem you are trying to solve. That is, first we need to understand the problem which is to be solved, and this involves consulting experts to find out more about the problem area. And empathize through observing, engaging, empathizing with the people to understand their experience and motivations. And sometimes experience ourselves in physical environment can also helpful for deep personal understanding of the issues involved. So this is a emphasis. Depending on the time constraints, a huge amount of information will be gathered at this stage, and develop the best possible understanding of the users and their needs and problems that will be helpful for development of a particular product to be best. The second stage is define. Here collect the information which are gathered and created during the empathize stage, that is the first stage, and analyze all the observations to define core problems that identified up to this point, and define the problem as a problem statement in a human-centered manner. So all the problems should be defined in the form of human-centered manner. For example, problem statement of food product company, that may be we need to increase our food product market share among the young teenage girls by up to 5%. That is, they need to increase the food product share up to 5%. And the much better way to define the problem, that is, we can rewrite the statement that teenage girls need to eat nutritious food to be healthy and grow. So the statement should be human-centered statement. To define the, and here in this stage will help the designers in a team gather great ideas to establish features, functions and any other elements. And the ideas will allow them to solve the problems or allow user to resolve issues themselves with the minimum of difficulties. The third stage is ideate stage. Here the designers are ready to start generating their ideas. So they need to generate their own ideas. Okay, and with the background of previous stage information, the team members start think outside the box to identify new solutions for the problem statement. So this is called as ideate stage. So with that information we can start view the problem in alternative ways. And there are hundreds of ideation techniques. The first one is brainstorming, brainwright, worst possible idea and scamper. These are some of the important ideation techniques. And brainstorming and worst possible idea sessions are typically used to stimulate free thinking and to expand the problem space. And it is important to get as many ideas or problem solutions as possible at the beginning of ideation phase. So from this we can pick some other ideation techniques for further investigation and test the ideas. And by this we can find the best way to solve the problem. So this is called as ideation. The fourth stage is prototype stage. Here the prototypes may be shared and tested within the team itself or in other department or some small group of people. They may be outside the design team. And this is an experimental phase, and the aim is to identify the best possible solution for each of the problems, and that to be identified during the first 3 stages. So we need to provide best possible solutions for the problem which are identified, and the solutions are implemented within the prototypes, and one by one they are investigated, either accepted to improve and re-examined or rejected on the basis of users' experience. And by the end of this stage, the design team will have better idea of the constraints inherited to the product and the problems. And team members now have clear view of how real users would behave, think and feel when interacting with the end product. So this is called as prototype. The fifth stage is test. Here designers will test the complete product using the best solutions identified during the prototyping phase. And this is the final stage of 5-stage model, but in the iterative process, the result generated during the testing phase, which are often used to redefine one or more problems, and that will inform to understanding of users, conditions of use, how people think, behave and feel, and to empathize. So iteratively we have to find the best solution even we are in the 5th stage also. During this phase, alterations and refinements are made based on the problem solutions, and also deep understanding of product and its users also. So this is called as testing stage. Up to this we have seen what is design thinking and the 5 stages of design thinking. The 5 stages are empathize, understand the problem, and define problem statement, and ideate, creating more ideas, and prototype. Here models to be created and testing all the models. Okay, so these are the things we have seen in this class. For more information, please go through your textbook. Thank you.